Another effector here is a random. It's very easy. You can give the random to the cloner or other object. Don't worry, we will give you a lot of examples that you can combine all of the effectors to all of the effectors in one example. As you can see, we have a cube that clone it. I say it again, please, if you see this video, you have to go back. I explain a lot of settings about the cloner and the parameter here and the effectors in the previous lesson. Okay, you can select the cloner and then select the random. As I said before, the random effector going to the effector tab of cloner, and here is a random effector parameter. I explained them all of this in previous lesson, but we have additional setting for random. As you can see, it randomly changed the parameter of that to defining here. I explained them all of them in previous lesson, but some of them I want to explain them in example and idea lessons after we finish the, I think after the cloner, yeah, because we have to explain the field in a separate lesson. As you can see, it's a scatter the random of in x, y, z in position mode. You can select the rotation or a scale. But in this case, I want just in y-axis. My unit is in millimeter because I'm creating for 3D print. And okay, as you can see, it's random just in y position of the y-axis in the position. Going to the effector, just this is a random. As you can see, if you active the animation and increase the number of the frame, just we have an still cloner here. But if you, some of them have a different randomize. For example, the Gaussian has this different. You can change the seed for that. But as you activate noise, we have an interesting animation. We have an additional setting here. As you can see, here we have a almost uniform pattern that this animation will be happen because the space is global. If you selected UV, as you can see, we have more uniform random in parameter y-axis. So if you want to this animation assigned to each object of that cloner, you can activate index it. Nice. If you turn it on, the global and UV does not have any difference here. As you can see, the animation speed, if you need more speed, you can increase or decrease the animation here. And the scale, if you increase, for example, the scale of these waves, we are approaching the UV mode. As you can see, the UV mode here is very more unique and smoother. So this is a scale of that waves. For example, if you decrease it, as you can see, we have much more like the indexed mode. So right click to go into the default mode. Right click on this to go into default mode. Another mode is turbulence. We have more animation. You can define, for example, scale, uniform, and bring them, shrink them or want. Okay, as you can see, we have a random in scale or sorted. Just another way of randomize them. And here in the seed, you can change the randomness of that position or scale of that parameter you define in here. So if you need animation, you can go, the noise is better for animation. As you can see, we have a parameter, or you can add rotation if you want. As you can see, we have a random in the rotation. It's very nice. And that's it. It's very easy. Or of course, in a previous lesson, I explained the random to the deformer. You can use any effector as a deformer and give it to the object, point, or polygon. It's very easy. You can add a random as a for random to object. We give you a lot of example and idea in the next lessons. Okay, I think after the effector is finished, I'm going to give you lots of examples to combine them and a nice idea for mograph and its effector. And I think after that, I'm going to explain the fields. I think it's better. Okay, wait for other tutorials.
Hello my friends, to continue these tutorials on YouTube, subscribe us, like us, and hit the bell icon. And now you will be alerted about all of the amazing videos that we release.